This mighty horse from Queensland, Beau Rogue 6 in front of Groucho and King Phoenix, and he's a superstar, Beau Rogue. He's going to win by a minute. 6 lengths to King Phoenix, third Groucho, then Miller.
Yes, this front-running gelding from Queensland had become the superstar of Australian racing. And with his flamboyant trainer, Vic Rail, the pair became cult figures in the racing world. Beau Rogue went on after the William Reid and the Orr Stakes to continue to break records. The Blamey...
And have a look at Cyril Small, hands and heels, he hits the line and breaks a record. 134 for Beau Rogue.
The St George...
Small waving the whip, and the champ from Queensland's going to win by 2.5 to 3 lengths to Cossack Warrior. And they've run fantastic time. They've broken the record.
And then the Futurity.
Beau Rogue is just in front. Campaign King trying to pick him back, but the champ's going to be too good. Beau Rogue wins a long neck to Campaign King.
And just when we thought Beau Rogue was unstoppable, the impossible happened at Flemington in the Australian Cup. The big race had been built up as a showdown between Beau Rogue and Bone Crusher. But it was an outsider called Dandy Andy who came along to spoil the party. Beau Rogue, has he gone out too hard? Small gave him a crack with the whip. He's 4 lengths in front into the straight. Bone Crusher's under the whip. Then Orthale Bahrain. Beau Rogue's got an almighty lead. Then Cossack Warrior and Dandy Andy. 300 to go. They're not going to get this superstar. Beau Rogue's about 8 lengths in front of Dandy Andy. Bone Crusher can't get to him in Bahrain. At the distance, Dandy Andy's running on. Beau Rogue's 4 in front. Dandy Andy's getting to him. Beau Rogue's 2 in front. Dandy Andy's flying. He will get him. Here's a Voile over in the cup. Dandy Andy and Brent Thompson's got up to beat Beau Rogue. Third Bone Crusher. Bahrain. Pleasantly Sunny the last up, and they'll be set. Tribune Masala 3 first up, Force of Impact 1.
1100 metres.
Now they stand well. Ready.
Settled all right.
Wait for the light.
Get on.
Still stand well. Moyston not quite right.
Okay.
Stephen King readjusts himself in the saddle.
There's the light.
Light on racing. You can see that Moyston was one of the best to begin. Slow out Gunnersbury Lane in barrier 2, and Force of Impact a bit slow to begin and chopped off after the start. Being hard-ridden favourite Feast, and Noble Glitter's gone up in a hurry, and High Waters was away very fast. Folkestone Hero behind those horses, and French Gypsy and Pleasantly Sunny. Up past the 800, High Waters just led. Noble Glitter's right up with it. Force of Impact just in behind them. Then French Gypsy, and up there too, Moyston not far away from Try Fast, Time to Be King. Spiritual's about 2 lengths off the lead. Gunnersbury Lane behind it. Further back in the field then to Favourite Feast, and well back out of it, Folkestone Hero and Pleasantly Sunny. Going past the 400, High Waters just led. Noble Glitter's gone up and joined it again. A length to French Gypsy. Moyston out 4 deep, still travelling all right. 2 lengths behind them, Time to Be King and Spiritual. At the distance, Noble Glitter tackled strongly by Moyston, French Gypsy and High Waters. Nearly a line of 4. Harry saved something on High Waters, but Moyston's got it beaten. Very green, but he's drawn 1/2 to 3/4 in front and wins. French Gypsy's got second in front of High Waters. Then Try Fast, Noble Glitter, a very good run first up. Time to Be King, Spiritual. Further back on the field was Force of Impact with the Pleasantly Sunny. Gunnersbury Lane behind those. One of the last to finish, Force of Impact and Favourite Feast. Well, in the previous race, $1.15, Broadway bound 310, Not Political 655, Our Liberal Lady at 225, Nam Nam Pros at 475, Flying Spot 4705, Naminio 1275, Ruchetta 1730, a New Step $5.55. Her Place 49.75 and Market Music 35.95. Favourite Baronia at 115 and.
To the interim tote dividends, Moyston unbeaten from 3 starts now, $1.20 and 65 cents. French Gypsy $1.10, High Waters 80 cents. 605 Quinella, trifecta 38.30, and the race to race double 270. Race 4 at Rose Hill is another race away. First of all, we'll have race 3, the Cool Mints Handicap, at 2:15.
Number 9 is out, and they're racing without number 9.
Castle. Charter away pretty well, but the early leader is Lady Avalanche. Charter second, and third placing is taken by Going up on the inside into a prominent spot, All a Gaze. A length further back is on the extreme outside Cowboy Kate. One Gamine and Sly Boots, and then Rose of Luskin, followed by Thriving, Lucky Lou, Hard Ridden, and Ashford Castle last. At the 650 and the leader Lady Avalanche, 2 lengths Charter on the inside is All a Gaze. Then comes Cowboy Kate, Gamine on the fence, and further back Rose of Luskin, all running right out off the track Cowboy Kate. Sly Boots 4th last, and then Lucky Lou, Thriving, and Absolute is Ashford Castle. They straighten up, and Lady Avalanche tackled for the lead by Charter, who's 3 away from the rails. All a Gaze is sticking on well. Dittman shaking up Charter. She got the better of All a Gaze and Lady Avalanche, and then Gamine and Thriving at the 200 metres, and Charter shows the way. She's about a length on Gamine, and then All a Gaze on the inside, Lucky Lou, and on the extreme outer Sly Boots, but Charter allowed to drift away from the rails well and truly is holding Gamine under Sly Boots, and Charter will win. Charter, not as impressive as last week, has beaten Gamine. 3rd Sly Boots, followed by All a Gaze, and then Thriving and Lucky Lou, followed by Ashford Castle, Rose of Luskin. Further back in the field was Lady Avalanche and Cowboy Kate, who went via the Cape on them.
Right, looks like 1, 10, 11, in fact.
Very much Johnny Marin, Graham.
From the inside, the rider revved her up, and she's gone up to be a leader with Deciduous, and now El Sotto Voce coming across. Fran's Daughter will settle about 4th. Rest works up around the field now. He sits up on El Sotto Voce and had to check on Fran's Daughter behind it. Around them goes up Lady Ramled in that division, rather making ground around them. Aces Drawn it is, who's worked up stylishly into the middle section. Rest is going on with it. La Gondola was there, and they were followed in that division by Coranto taking off around them, and Lady Ramled back in that division, followed back on the outside by Master Regent. Semi-Time was there, Aureola Royal, and then further back to Para Whirly, and Northern Pleasure is last of all as they work down the side. Coranto, Deciduous, the joint leaders, by 2 to Rest in 3rd spot, then Fran's Daughter 4th, ridden up El Sotto Voce, Master Regent working home but under pressure, La Gondola next, and then over on the outside, Aces Drawn as they come to the turn, then Semi-Time, All a Buzz, Aureola Royal, Para Whirly dropped out with the Lady Ramled, and well back was Northern Pleasure. In the straight, Deciduous, which has been a good shortener on the TAB, has gone to the lead. 2 in front of Coranto. Fran's Daughter under the whip is plugging away with Rest. El Sotto Voce only battling, and Master Regent sticking on pretty well out wide. As they work in with 100 to go, though, there's no danger to Deciduous. Deciduous is going very easily. Fran's Daughter will get up for second, but Deciduous too good from Fran's Daughter, maybe an inch in front of Rest. Master Regent about 4th with All a Buzz, the bolter at good run. Then El Sotto Voce, followed by Semi-Time, Aureola Royal. Lady Ramled, La Gondola, then Coranto knocked up Para Whirly. Aces Drawn dropped right out, and Northern Pleasure was always at the toe.
Bozam made the transformation from a very good colt in the spring to a superstar in the autumn. He was absolutely outstanding in winning the Tancred International Stakes, when he beat a top-class field of international stars.
Champion Bozam raced away. Bozam a length and a half clear. Highland Chieftain's gone to second from Vaguely Pleasant, and then La Gloria, but at the 100, it's all Bozam. He's got the international one. Bozam racing right away. Second placing Highland Chieftain could go for 3rd, but Bozam, what a brilliant colt he is. And Bozam bolts in a minute.
After the Tancred, Bozam donkey-licked the 3-year-olds in the AJC Derby.
And Bozam left them standing. Look at that acceleration once again as he races 4, 5 in front. Brixton Town wide out is running home hard. He's going to get second, but Bozam wins the Derby with the head on the chest.
Following that brilliant Derby win, Bozam was successful in the AJC St. Ledger, and then his most stirring performance was in Canberra, in front of Her Majesty the Queen, where he ran down the mighty Bone Crusher in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes.
Bone Draw clear. Bone Crusher in front. Bozam on the outside is trying hard. Bone Crusher, Bozam. They go to the line. Bozam! Bozam just got up the lead. Bone Crusher. A long way 3rd there was
Rose Hill Race 3, 1 Charter 65.55, Gamine 140, Sly Boots 370, Quinella 450, 450 Quinella, 75.60 the trifecta, and the race to race double on races 2 and 3. 125, Cheltenham Race 3, Deciduous, number 8, $2 even and 65, Fran's Daughter 75, Rest third 175, Quinella 350, and the trifecta $70.80 on 8, 2 and 14. Bruce McAvaney getting set to call the next race at Flemington. Bruce.
On set. Racing, and she jumped pretty well, Baroni. A new step away well with Broadway Bound, and Nam Nam Pro showing good speed early, and her place. Just in behind them, Flying Spot. Going up past it is Market Music, Nominio. Our Liberal Lady, and one of the last on settling down back with Our Liberal Lady would be Not Political. Pace steady in this, and Nam Nam Pro's led a length. Baroni the inside, her place the outside. 2 lengths Market Music. New step outside Richette at the 1200. Broadway Bound given plenty of time to settle. A length and a half Flying Spot, Nominio, a length to Not Political, and 2 to Our Liberal Lady. Pace very steady at the 1000. Nam Nam Pro's a length. Baroni off the fence. A length to her place. 2 lengths Market Music. A length and a half Richetta. New step 1 to Broadway Bound. 2 lengths away Flying Spot, Nominio, Not Political, and 4 lengths Our Liberal Lady. 800 out, and Stocker's moved up on the outside, and Baroni to take Nam Nam Pro's on. He's pretty itchy on this on the favourite. 3 lengths away her place. 2 to Broadway Bound. New step hanging off the track, and it's going to be pulled out of the race, I think. Further back on the field, Market Music, a gap then to Nominio, Flying Spot, and Not Political, and Richetta. In the straight, Nam Nam Pro's fought Baroni off and kicked away from her. 2 lengths away her place, Broadway Bound, and Nominio running on well with Not Political, but 300 out, Nam Nam Pro's has got a good lead. Broadway Bound, Nominio running on well, Baroni right out of it, and then Not Political, and Our Liberal Lady very late. They're now getting Nam Nam Pro's, firstly Nominio, and now Not Political and Our Liberal Lady. Nominio in front of Not Political, Our Liberal Lady flying. Nominio about a length in front, and is going to win from Not Political. Then Our Liberal Lady behind them, her place. Further back, Broadway Bound, Flying Spot, Nam Nam Pro's, Baronia. Then Richetta from Market Music, a new step. Not sure what happened to it on the home turn, but it was lugging very badly and finished about 50 metres away last. On a sprint series, and it's going to be a fascinating race where Fairy Wanders the scratching. Wide betting race. My Arctic Wolf 480, Princely Heart 570, Prismatic Star $3.05, Braquillo $20.90, Lord Scotia $15.90, Confucius Flyer $4.45, Captain Palace $15.25, Hello Melbourne very short $3.15, Ranchita $3.25, Raw Edge at $9.80, Call Me the Breeze $16.25, Rigadoon $6.15, Lonely Dreamer $11.20, Silver Scout $24.95, Scratch Fairy 1, Classman $13.75, Moonlight Bandit $35.65, Black Manor $42.25, and over to the third page, Marketing $28.15, Storm Wedge $59.25. So
grandmothers are supposed to bounce kids on their knees, not slam dunk with them.
227 and Amen, an hour of the best comedy in town, tonight from 7:30 on Channel 10.
Tote Dividends, race 4 at Flemington, Nominio $12.65 and $2.55, Not Political $1.25, and Our Liberal Lady $1.05, Quinella $44.85, Trifecta $884.85, Race to Race Double $53.80, Extra Double 1 and 7 $43.65.
And Rama King stood there, missed it by a couple of lengths, and actually Sober Dancer jumped quickly, but headed by Barkham. Third Lavero, Our Dawn Star right up on the speed today. 3 to Old Peaceful Joe, and then Flying Gypsy, Land Miro, Rama King, and dropping out last, Warned. Down by the 1200, Barkham not getting away here. Lavero the inside, and Sober Dancer makes a line of 3 almost. 2 lengths to the well-tried Our Dawn Star, a length and a half to Peaceful Joe. Then Land Miro, Flying Gypsy. Second last is Rama King, and Warned is last, about 8 or 10 from the lead. In this pattern, they run towards the 800 metres, and now Lavero goes to a clear-cut break of nearly 2 lengths on Barkham. 3 lengths to Sober Dancer, Our Dawn Star on the outside, and then Land Miro, Peaceful Joe, followed by Flying Gypsy and Rama King, and Warned is last. Lavero by 2.5 lengths on Barkham at the 600 metres. Third a length back, Sober Dancer. Our Dawn Star wound up by Tiley now to come into the picture, then Peaceful Joe, Land Miro. Lavero. Warned on the inside, and then Flying Gypsy, and Absolute is Rama King. He's really going on Our Dawn Star, and as they straighten up, Our Dawn Star pegs back Lavero and Barkham, and then Sober Dancer, followed by Peaceful Joe. He's had to go for the whip on Our Dawn Star. Old Peaceful Joe on the outside, running a mighty race. Peaceful Joe headed Our Dawn Star. Oh, they collided. It's Peaceful Joe boring in on Our Dawn Star, and Warned is starting to fly. Oh, Peaceful Joe. It's running right to the inside, but it'll win. Oh boy, it went like a drunk, but it's got the money. I think we'll hear much more. Peaceful Joe beat Warned at Our Dawn Star, followed home then by Land Miro, Rama King. Further back, Flying Gypsy, Sober Dancer, Barkham, and Lavero was last.
Almost a 10-pin spree down for Peaceful Joe. Knocked two of them over down the straight, and I'm sure you'll hear more. 417.
To start as they're racing in Adelaide.
Now, caught them pretty well. Scorndale, Queen Satin getting back in the early part with Crown Piper and Minor Edition. On settling down, showing good speed, Tagament and Speed Thief by 2 to Talinica. Mr. Nisku deep around those. Posh Harry the Rail gets a nice run through. Kelly's Image jumped better today and runs to 5th. Now, Posh Harry's about 6th the inside. Minor Edition around them. Then Golden Cossack followed by Gypsy's Fate. They were followed further back by Scorndale. Around those goes Crown Piper. 2.5 lengths to Lord Durham, 2 lengths away then to Oxford Hal, another 2.5 Comic Ranger, and one last of all is Queen Satin. They've strung right out 15 lengths first to last by the 800. Down the side, Tagament, the southeastern cuddy, showed the way 1.5 lengths. Kelly's Image moving up boldly. Mr. Nisku being niggled at. Speed Thief was there. Around them, Posh Harry into the clear. He's giving the leader 3 length start. Then further back, Minor Edition under pressure. Crown Piper to the outside. Golden Cossack, Scorndale in that group with Talinica. Lord Durham can't get a run. Gypsy's Fate the same way on the rail. Further back, Oxford Hal as they swing from Comic Ranger. Queen Satin's gone. Posh Harry's after Tagament, who's under the whip. Further back, Kelly's Image at the 200-metre mark. Posh Harry, he raced up and went to the lead from Tagament in a twinkling. Kelly's Image is sticking on fairly with Scorndale, but it's Harry in front getting close to home. Oh, he's Posh all right today. Posh Harry is going to do it very sweetly. 2.5 to the line. He's got a bit of a climbing action, but he's climbed home 2.5 in front. Maybe Tagament second, a breath in front of Scorndale. Lord Durham got through the pack to get out and run forth. A nice effort. Oxford Hal further back. They were followed, further back by Gypsy's Fate. Then came Kelly's Image, Golden Cossack. Next in Crown, further back behind them, Crown Piper. Oxford Hal out deep. Then Comic Ranger, Mr. Nisku knocked up. Speed Thief, and last in was Minor Edition. Bar a couple pulling up.
6th, 14 and 4 is the way that Ron Paps has called them across the line in Adelaide.
With his big white blaze and flashy chestnut looks, Campaign King is one of Australia's most popular racehorses, and he's continued to improve. As a 5-year-old, he was in great form. His victory in Brisbane at Doomben in the Rothmans 100,000 was full of courage.
Rancho Ruler a length in front of Campaign King and Snippets. Rancho Ruler in front. Campaign King is running him down. Rancho Ruler and Campaign King. It's going to be tight. They hit it. Campaign King got up and beat Rancho Ruler.
Campaign King has been a star in Melbourne, but he has really made his mark in Sydney. His performance to come from last to first to win the Missile Stakes for the 2nd year in succession was again outstanding.
Campaign King has gobbled up the other two, Mother Duck and Wong, and the King shoots clear close to home, and he wins the Missile 2 years on the trot.
But the race that really marked Campaign King down as a superstar was his victory in the Elders. That day, Campaign King beat some of the best horses in Australasia, and he did it in style.
Comes Campaign King right down the outside. Our Poetic Prince is flashing home as well. York's gone for the whip on Planet Ruler. The King's got him. Campaign King dashed up on the outside, took the lead from Planet Ruler, and Campaign King, one of the greatest horses we've ever seen. He's racing away to score easily. What a win. Campaign King first.
Protest on the 4th race at Rose Hill was dismissed, and Peaceful Joe 25.65 and 3.85 was first. Warned 80 cents was second. Our Dawn Star 65 third. Quinella 29.95. Trifecta 284.30. The double 12.50. That's race to race. Race number 5, race 4 at Shelton and Posh Harry 185 and 95 cents. Tagamet 215, Scorndale 145, Quinella 1855, Trifecta 211.05.
And ready. Racing, Ranchita jumped the right with Black Manor, Lord Scotia, My Arctic Wolf, Captain Palace beaten for speed, Storm Wedge coming to the outside with Confucius, Flyer, Call Me the Breeze and Marketing. Braquillo went to the inside, Hello Melbourne showing pace in the early stages, and Raw Edge is right up there too. So we go to the inside, Ranchita being headed off by Prismatic Star, Raw Edge, My Arctic Wolf just in behind those horses, Princely Heart's right up there from Hello Melbourne, just in behind them Silver Scout, further back Lord Scotia from Class Man, out wide there right up with them Storm Wedge, Confucius, Flyer, Call Me the Breeze and Marketing. Down to the inside again, Prismatic Star led Princely Heart from Hello Melbourne, then Class Man behind them from Raw Edge, outside look to be at least in front at the moment, Confucius, Flyer, Call Me the Breeze and Storm Wedge. On the fence, Prismatic Star in front, Captain Palace running home well with Princely Heart, Confucius, Flyer out wide with Storm Wedge, running on Lord Scotia, Princely Heart, Captain Palace, Confucius, Flyer. They're wide apart, going through, I reckon, Lord Scotia, Captain Palace and Confucius, Flyer out wide. Class Man was flashing up with Princely Heart, My Arctic Wolf, Hello Melbourne, Lonely Dreamer, Braquillo, Prismatic Star just behind them from Silver Scout, Ranchita, Storm Wedge out wide with Call Me the Breeze and Marketing. Gee, it's a finish, Desi. That's race 6, Fox Seal 165, Windy Sun Scratch, Trade Line 355, Hayek to be ridden by Brent Thompson from New Zealand 425, Lloyd's Nijinsky 2275, Mighty Dom 560, Lord Lonsdale Scratch, Peer of the Realm 290, Sequest $4 over the page to Dundas Lane, who's a big tip 485, Kate's Mill 510, Silver Pick 43.35. They go now in Sydney. They're off in the Summer Cup.
Rallies away well, as was Ironic Lady, and then Monusco and Solvare. Further back in the field on the outside is Brentano, Surrey Lad on the fence, wider Travelling Prayer, then Baguna Princess, Macquarie Prince at the head of the rest from My Red Deer. Lord Foxing goes back to 4th last, the 3 behind it, Wilhelm, Sound Gold and Box Hill Baby. Rising Fear leads Monusco past the judge. Travelling Prayer posted 3 deep. Sasha Bijou 4th on the inside of Ironic Lady. 3 wide is Brentano, then Baguna Princess and Solvare, 1 Macquarie Prince. Lord Foxing is next, a horse off the rails from My Red Deer, Sound Gold and Surrey Lad. Wilhelm second last and 2.5 to the roughy Box Hill Baby. In this order they run towards the 1600 metres and Rising Fear shows the way from Monusco. The old grey third on the inside, Sasha Bijou, followed closely by Travelling Prayer and then Ironic Lady. Baguna Princess is next, Wonder Brentano, Solvare, 1.5 length, Macquarie Prince, Lord Foxing, and then My Red Deer, followed by Surrey Lad and Sound Gold. Box Hill Baby second last and Wilhelm's last as they string out. Down the back in the Christmas Cup, going towards the halfway at the 1200 and Rising Fear. A length on Monusco. Third is Sasha Bijou, followed at his girth on the outside by Travelling Prayer. 5th Baguna Princess and 6th Ironic Lady. Then comes Lord Foxing improving from Brentano, Solvare, Macquarie Prince 3 wide over My Red Deer. Sound Gold on the fence and then Surrey Lad, Box Hill Baby at absolute is Wilhelm. On the next bend about 900 to go and Rising Fear 3/4 of a length Monusco. Sasha Bijou on the inside of Travelling Prayer, then Lord Foxing, Baguna Princess, Ironic Lady. Off the track is Macquarie Prince and then Brentano, Solvare and My Red Deer. A gap Sound Gold, 4 or 5 Box Hill Baby, Surrey Lad and Wilhelm brings up the rear. At the 600 and past it and Monusco joins Rising Fear. Lord Foxing is continuing to make ground and following it up is Macquarie Prince. Travelling Prayer behind those. Sasha Bijou can't get out and becoming cluttered away Ironic Lady. They straighten up and Monusco grabbed by Lord Foxing. Macquarie Prince, Travelling Prayer is clear now and Ironic Lady behind that pack. At the 200 metres, Lord Foxing and Monusco. From Macquarie Prince and Ironic Lady is 4th, then Travelling Prayer. Lord Foxing just in front from Macquarie Prince and then Ironic Lady. Lord Foxing and Macquarie Prince as they reach the line. Macquarie Prince has done too well and Macquarie Prince a half head to Lord Foxing. 3rd home Ironic Lady and then Monusco, Baguna Princess, Solvare, Sound Gold, Sasha Bijou, Travelling Prayer and then a break Brentano, My Red Deer, Wilhelm, Surrey Lad, Box Hill Baby and Rising Fear was last.
7-12-1, another excellent finish. 2:45 and 95. Macquarie Prince heavily supported. At Flemington, Lord Scotia 11.35 and 4.10. Captain Police $5. Dead Heat for third. Confucius Flyer 70. Classman $1.80. Quinella 144.70. The race to race double $484. Trifecta 5, 7 and 6. $1,440.95. And the trifecta 5, 7 and 16, $8,501.65. So $1,440 and in excess of $8,000 for the trifecta with Class Man for third. Race 5 at Rose Hill, Macquarie Prince $2.45 and 95. Just defeated Lord Foxing $1.40 and Ironic Lady 75. 7, 12 and 1 race number 5 at Rose Hill. The sixth,
traditionally a good pipe opener and form guide for the Port Adelaide Cup. Ready and racing. Aurora Peak came out a little awkwardly on the inside. Saratov travelled out nicely. Government House away well on the outside. Delonte and Windy Sun as they get to the judge the first time. And Alfarastak is working up into a prominent spot a little deep. It's Hollinger going back through the field with Aurora Peak and Gesualdo and With Fury last. Out of the straight they go. And getting down onto the rail, Delonte a narrow leader taken on by Windy Sun. Saratov gets the run of the race third on the inside. Over on the outside of her was Alfarastak, who's racing a bit fiercely. A length and a half to Government House, and around them goes Gesualdo as the pace slackens and they drop anchor. Aurora Peak checking off Saratov's heels as she shuffles back. Hollinger's back there at the tail with Fury last of all. Into the far side they head now, and Windy Sun dropped down onto the rail and led a half-length Gesualdo. A length and a half Alfarastak now getting the run of the race. 2.5 away to Lonte, Government House 1400 to run. 2 lengths away then came Saratov. Hollinger the outside, 2 to Aurora Peak and 1 to With Fury. Racing along the far side at the 1200 metre mark, and here the pace is a little more generous where it's Windy Sun by a length and a half to Gesualdo. In third placing on the inside Alfarastak. 2.5 away behind those then came Government House. Next on the inside Delonte from Hollinger. They were followed further back in the field then by Saratov. She's third last and 7 or 8 lengths off the lead. With Fury second last. Aurora Peak the mare is last of all. Down the side Windy Sun's got them running along a little keener now, and with 800 to run led a length and a half Gesualdo. 2 away then to Alfarastak being pumped up. Then 3 lengths to Government House. Now Saratov into the clear. Around it Hollinger and further back With Fury Delonte and Aurora Peak last for home as they come on the swing now, and Gesualdo moved up with Windy Sun there, 2.5 in front of Alfarastak. Under the whip 2 away came Saratov. Gesualdo hanging down on the corner is still there as they turn where Windy Sun led narrowly from Gesualdo coming at him now. 3 lengths away to Saratov trying to pick them up, and then came Alfarastak. Windy Sun joined by Gesualdo, then Saratov, and now Alfarastak joining in, but Windy Sun won't give in. Gesualdo on the outside's run his race. Saratov's coming late, but it's Windy Sun, and Windy Sun grabbed by Saratov on the line, but he might have held on. Windy Sun may have won narrowly from Saratov, but they're very wide apart. Gesualdo running third from Alfarastak, Hollinger, Delonte, Aurora Peak, then came With Fury and Government House last.
excellent finish. Looks like Saratov flew on the outside. It's showing 1:15 and 70. Windy Sun on the fence is showing 2:50 and 90. Might be Saratov, but an excellent go. And third place in Guess You'll Do number 6. It'll return about 90 cents for a place. But race number 5, 7, 12, 1. Quinella was $13.65. Trifecta $90.15.